This is the Rebel Scum Podcast. Available in video on YouTube and audio wherever you listen to your podcasts. Every week, Brock and James talk the latest rumors, news, and theories from a galaxy far, far away. Support us on Patreon for exclusive offers and join the Star Wars discussion. Patreon.com/RebelScumPodcast. Here are your hosts, Brock and James.
You're always scum. Rebel scum.
James, it's the best time of the year.
I'm holding up the number 4. So that the listeners are like, what's he doing?
For the Fantastic Four, did you know that they dropped a trailer?
Wait, what is the Fantastic Four?
It is a group of R&B singers that go across the country solving mysteries and getting into scrapes.
Is it like O-Town?
Yeah, exactly like O-Town.
Okay, I'm into it. All right, let's do it.
I'm trying to remember their songs. Liquid Dreams was O-Town, right?
I don't have any idea. I just remember that was the show, right? With Chris Farley's brother.
Yeah,
that's all I know.
O-Town?
I don't.
No, it was In Together.
Oh,
a parody one, right?
I have no idea.
For our Canadian fans, I was recently talking about B44, the boy band
yes!
from, I believe, Canada. They had a song called Down for You Tonight, and the lyrics were, if you get down on me, I'll get down on you. And it's just like the 90s. And they looked like, I guess it was like the 2000s, because they looked like the situation from
I thought they looked more like one of the bruisers from Double Dragon, like one of the bad guys.
Oh, absolutely.
They're from Double Dragon. Yeah, that's what I was.
Especially since 2 of them are twins and looked identical.
Like the characters. By the way, Double Dragon on Amazon Prime, the movie. If you haven't watched it, I've watched it 3 times on Amazon Prime. I haven't watched Falcon and Winter Soldier yet, but I've watched Double Dragon 3. I haven't watched it recently, but Double Dragon is it is a huge guilty pleasure of mine, the movie Double Dragon. Don't ask me why. I don't have an answer for you. It's got the same production values as Super Mario Brothers and Street Fighter when they decided that video game movies need to have this weird, like, low-budget, post-apocalyptic... Like, they all look the same. Like, Avengers lighting. It's really weird. But there's something about it. It's on Amazon Prime Canada, at least, and I've watched it 3 times, and every time I do, Aaron goes, "What are you doing?" And I say, it's either this or Wolf Cop. That's right. Anyway, today's a great day.
The biggest part of the Star Wars calendar.
We just
May the 4th, Star Wars Day. Welcome to the Rebel Scum Podcast. Another Star Wars Day in pandemic. James.
Yo.
How are you going to spend your May the 4th?
I am going to sit on my couch, curled up in a ball with my Praetorian Guard friend, and we're going to watch
Double Dragon.
We're going to watch probably Double Dragon, or I'm thinking maybe Deep Impact. You could look. Deep Impact is almost a Star Wars movie, if you want. Almost. No, you know what? Bad Batch, obviously, 70 minutes of Bad Batch comes out today. I probably won't watch it. I don't like animated stuff. I'm joking. You know what? I'll probably watch Bad Batch, and maybe if I get around to it, I'll put on an Ewok Adventure. I don't feel like watching anything like. Maybe Mandalorian, but I don't feel like watching any of the films right now. But maybe an Ewok Adventure or The Mandalorian. How are you going to spend May the 4th?
Working. No, hopefully, I would assume Bad Batch will be up early like the new stuff always is. So I'll watch it before I go to work. I honestly, it's weird when it's like in the middle of the week, which I think it usually is. Like, I know like we've done stuff in the past. I don't know. I don't think we've ever really gone out crazy. Like we do these episodes. That's about it. I don't know. I like that idea. Like I haven't looked at the retro stuff, so it's like maybe work the Tartakovsky
Yeah,
Clone Wars. That'd be cool.
it's my favorite. But there's this morning we're pre-taping this, but this morning Filoni spoke on Good Morning America.
Ooh.
He showed the first clip from the Ahsoka show.
What?
I'm making this up. We're recording this early, so just in case that happened.
I see.
It definitely didn't happen because they haven't even started shooting, so you can't show something you haven't shot yet. But it'd be cool. Okay, so here's the thing. We're recording this early, so we don't know, but we got to get something cool on this day. I think we don't deserve it. Star Wars fans actually flat out do not deserve anything. However, you and I were talking at length before this about the return to the theater that Marvel Studios released the other day. Do you think it would be a wise idea for Lucasfilm to have something similar, or is it because?
Oh, absolutely.
But here's the thing, though: is Marvel is like they have like 700 movies a year, right? Like every month there's 4 of them. But Star Wars is like every year for a few years. So is it the same? Like I don't know if it is the same.
You raise a good point. Star Wars does the event way better than Marvel does. Like I would say, I'm sure someone could counter me on this, but like the real first successful Marvel event was like Infinity War and Endgame specifically, like, and you see it in that trailer where like midway it's just the reaction of people in the Avengers Assemble scene, or the on the left, I'm on your left, on your right, on your left,
on your left
scene, on your left, like people reacting, and it's just like, yeah, like that's so true. Like it would happen way more in Star Wars, in my experience. But there's nothing better than being in one of those massive following. Like I saw it in Lord of the Rings happen, Harry Potter, I think once, like at least in the theaters I was in. But there's like you cannot fake it when people are excited. When people are viscerally affected by what's on the screen, and it's like that's a good, like, it's like, oh man, I would give anything to feel that again. And it's like, I think then that's great for the theaters, because like people, as much as like people are nervous about being in crowds, like you can't buy that feeling, right? It's like I remember seeing Get Out with a small theater, but with a group of people that were like, oh no, don't go in there. And it's just like you don't even experience that much anymore. Like it's just like, wow, like I thought that was just a joke they had on TV or in movies. It's like where people are shouting at the screen. I'm like, I mean, it's the reason why like Rocky Horror Picture Show has such a cult following, and the Room, like people are like, they love something about that thing so much that it becomes a cult following, right? And this is like Marvel's not a cult following; it's like mainstream, but like, yeah, like it's, I don't even know where we're going. But anyways, I guess Star Wars, you get that a lot. Like, how many Star Wars movies have you been in the theater and that Lucasfilm card comes up, or a long time ago in a Galaxy Fire One, you're like, ah.
I like the sequel. Force Awakens of the sequels, it was the biggest for the Lucasfilm logo, right? Like, but the prequels, all 3 of the prequels, was like you would go in and the special editions, I think, was the first time I was in a theater. Well, maybe it was probably the special editions in the 90s. So you'd go in the theater, and I don't know if did you watch them in the theater in the 90s?
What, like Phantom Menace?
No, the
re-release.
Yeah.
I saw the first one. I don't know why I never saw the other ones.
I remember I never saw Return of the Jedi. I couldn't go see that one, but I remember the first 2. You would go in and you sit down, and I'm like, well, I love Star Wars. I've seen it 1,000 times, and then 20th Century Fox would play, which I really feel like the sequel trilogy was missing the 20, like that kind of like preps you. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, like, you know what I mean? Like, and then you go in, and that's not a knock on. It's just like Disney owns them; they can do what they want. You don't put another company's theme in front of your movie, is what I should say. It would have been stupid for them to do it, but at the same time, it was always it's ingrained in you. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
for years, that wasn't Fox music. That was Star Wars music, and so the special editions, you go in, and then that would happen, and everyone's just kind of like quiet for a long time ago. And I'll never forget A New Hope, which I think I just learned it was called A New Hope like that week, and so it was there. Because my VHS copy did not have that on it. I think it was taped off TV, so it was like I think it missed. Either it wasn't on the crawl, or the crawl was. I think the crawl was just missed, like the part, or I couldn't read, whatever. But anyway, so and then, the Star Wars came out, and the theater it blew up, and I was like, but we've all seen this for 20 years, like, you know what I mean, I saw it, but it was still like, you're like, it was like a moment, and the feel was like being at like a baseball game when like your team's doing, it was like a weird
World
experience.
Series.
And it happened again for Empire, and then when Phantom Menace came out, it was like twice like it was twice as loud, and people might have been disappointed by the movie, but when it started, it was just like, and everyone in the theater like erupted. I opened my Pepsi because you gotta open it when it's loud, right? Because you can't bring that. I opened that, and it was a great experience. But other movies though, I can't think of other movies that have really had that kind of moment with the whole theater that I've experienced. Now I've been the one in like a comedy who's been the only one laughing, and it should have been a moment, but it wasn't. I'm looking at you, Hot Rod. And Charlie's Angels 2, I think I laughed way too loud. Like Bernie Mac's hilarious. But yeah, no, Star Wars has a special thing, because even when we saw, I didn't see Endgame with you, but when I saw Endgame, I saw it a week later. I guess I saw it a week into it. But like no one reacted. Like that theater reaction was not the reaction of the theater I was in. I was with a bunch of people in suits, like taking notes. Yes, of course, yeah, he is worthy. Yes, okay, great. It was exciting. Don't get me wrong. Actually, my favorite theater moment though, Brock, was Ninja Turtles, the first Michael Bay produced one. My nephew was 4 years old at the time. We sat down. Trailers finished. The movie's about to start. Theater's packed and completely quiet, and all you hear is this 4-year-old, "I'm so excited for this movie!" And you're like, and that was but that moment is really what movies are all about. It's like, if I don't like that Ninja Turtle movie, it doesn't matter. The 4-year-old who it's made for is what it matters. And Star Wars is kind of the same. Whereas you and I, we're gonna like Star Wars, but so you have to. That's something that moment though has always been very important to me when I think of movies now. It's like, okay, I didn't like it, but there's some Marvel movies I'm like, but then you see like Fantasia, he's like, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, well, enjoy it, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's for you more than me, obviously. So I think
but he also likes Avatar, so
I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying he can enjoy it, and I don't need to rain on his parade. Like, how the hell did you? Like, you know what I mean? I think Twitter is all about raining on other people's parades, unnecessary.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I miss the theater.
I miss going to movies like so bad. Like,
I don't know. I really enjoy paying $25 to watch it on my crappy TV with my crappy sound and better popcorn, frankly. But I went there. I love movie theater popcorn, though. I can't lie. It's like it's like almost, it's so salty that you need like 30 drinks. Like, I see what you did.
What? You've cracked the code open. Here's your 2 liters of soda that is like the same price as a full case of 12 pops.
Yeah.
I was fully Canadian there. Pops.
Do we call them pops? Oh, we do, because they pop.
Yeah, I call them paps.
We say pop, and south of us say soda.
Or soda
and in
pop.
The Outsiders, it's soda pop.
Bazinga. Oh, which isn't it Emilio Estevez soda pop? Or is that Tom Cruise?
Is that? I can't remember. That's a great book, though. The Outsiders, S.C. Hinton. Can't be there.
Because I gotta say, I know you don't. You never really watched the Mighty Ducks, but Emilio Estevez is back again in the Mighty Ducks on Disney Plus, and it is primo.
Did he just show up?
It took me a second. Yeah, go ahead.
Did he just show up in the most recent episode, or has he been in it since the beginning?
He's in every episode.
He should be. He's coach.
He's not like the official coach, but he's in every.
He's a Zamboni.
He owns. Yeah. He owns the arena.
Good for him.
So and like the Ducks are the villains in this one. I'm like, oh,
but they're not really the Ducks. The Ducks has become like an organization. Yeah. No, I haven't seen it. Whatever. Bad News Bears is my jam, Brock.
It's exactly correct.
It's gonna be bad news for the Athletic. I love it. I even watched the remake with Billy Bob Thornton. Not so.
I prefer Hardball with Keanu Reeves.
You know what? The best Keanu Reeves movie is The Replacements, and anybody wants to fight me on that, you're welcome, because it's actually better than any other movie he's ever made, and I think he'd agree.
Soda Pop is Rob Lowe.
Damn it, Rob. Have you ever read That Was Then This Is Now? The like spin-off book of The Outsiders.
Really? I didn't know. I had no idea there was a spin-off.
Yeah, it's called That Was Then This Is Now. It's all new characters. One character is named Eminem because he eats so much M&Ms, and this is before the rapper Eminem. When Eminem came out, I'm like, is he naming himself? I actually legitimately thought he was naming himself after the character in that book. I'm not even making that up. I was like, but no one's read that book but me. My mom forced me to read it. My mom made me read it, and Eminem, kids, close your ears for a second. He does acid in the book. Like that's like he becomes like a drug addict. I was in grade 4 when my mom made me read this, and I was like, Mom, what's acid? And for me, acid. She goes, it's a drug. Don't do it. I was like, okay. And I don't even know what acid looks like. I'm such a, but so for me, acid has always been a vat of dip from Roger Rabbit. Like that's what I'm like, why would he drink acid? That's literally me as a kid. I'm like, he's drinking like it's acid, like it's gonna burn his face off. So I couldn't comprehend that. But anyway, at one point they go to like a bar or like a pool hall, and Ponyboy shows up, and he's like, hey, it's me, Ponyboy. And
you might remember me from such movies as
and that's like
Outsiders.
It doesn't other than Ponyboy showing up, it doesn't really connect to it, but it's like the same kind of like story, group of kids and stuff. It's a phenomenal. I remember my mom made me read that in grade 4, and then in grade 9 they're like, here's your book for your book study, and it was I was like, I read this 5 years ago. And I memorized it, so I didn't even read it again. I was just like, because I think I've honestly read it like not recently, but I've probably read it like 7 or 8 times. It's a great little book.
Nice.
Green cover. Outsiders was a red cover. That was in this now is a green cover. Just so you know. I could be wrong. It could be yellow. It was green though.
Catcher in the Rye, red cover.
Star Wars. Yeah, May the 4th be with you all. We're back tomorrow with episode 215.
I can't wait till we can watch Bad Batch, because it's like, wow, we really don't have a ton to talk about.
Look, you already watched it by the time we're recording this.
No, I know, but like we're not talking about it right now, so
aren't we though?
Yeah.
I like that Echo died right away. Like they
I like the part where they all become interior decorators on Canto Bite.
Bad Batch is going to be a lot of fun, obviously, and 70-minute premiere is awesome, and then Friday we get probably like a 12-minute episode. It's just the credits. It's just the credits from the first episode. No, it's gonna be fun. It's nice to have Star Wars back in some capacity. Although I don't think this is gonna get the press that Mandalorian would get. I'm curious if it'll be as. I'm curious what it's going to be about, how it's going to play out. Looking forward to it. I'm hoping at some point today we get to see like some Book of Boba Fett stuff. Maybe that's what was on Good Morning America, was Book of Boba Fett. Because they've shot some of that. Like there might be some. Like look, I'm not saying a lot, but you look at Guardians of the Galaxy's first teaser and the Batman teaser. That's like from, a week worth of shooting or 2 days worth of shooting or something, like that. So maybe you could piece something together just for me. Filoni, Favreau, DM me. You could send me a link. So maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't know. Because that comes out of Christmas, so that's before the next celebration. So, they can't be saving it for that this time.
I mean, if Zack Snyder can shoot a green screen scene in his driveway. Anything is possible.
That was the greatest thing. Because I always thought he was kind of joking. He goes, no, I said we're going to shoot in my backyard. You're like, what? And he just puts green screen up in his driveway and shoots Green Lantern. And kudos to him. I'm looking forward to Army of the Dead because his name is on every line of the credits. Have you seen the credits? Story by, written by, directed by, produced by, cinematography by. That's 5 right there. I'm sure there's more. He's probably he's probably Bautista.
Craft services.
He made all the sandwiches. Every sandwich he's like, well, here you go. I made this.
I cut the crust off.
Yeah, and it's all like the colors all off. You're like, what? The colors are muted. Yeah.
Why is it's all gray?
It's all gray. What is this? It's like justice is gray. Sandwich is gray. Snyder Cut. By the way, not Star Wars related, but Hawkman has started in Black Adam. Booyah! Hawkman is the greatest. If anyone disagrees with me, you're wrong. Just saying.
Hawkman. This podcast has gone off the rails.
It's May the 4th. You gotta talk about Hawkman.
I'm gonna make sure I wear my best Star Wars clothes today.
Yeah, you're wearing X-Men.
I know.
Is that the cat meme? Is Beast under them? Is Beast the cat? No, it's Wolverine. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
But Beast looks more like a cat.
That's right. Sure, I've worn this on the show, but this is TeePublic. Excellent site. Check it out. Buy our stuff, please. Thanks. Okay, bye.
Yeah, we're on there. No discounts for May the 4th.
Nah. So may you come forth with your money and spend the full.
Star Wars May the 4th. I'm trying to find our odds, Brock, but I can't.
Sir, the possibility of successfully navigating an asteroid field is approximately 3,720 to 1.
Never tell me the odds. Never tell me the odds. Brought to us by the wonderful people of Patreon. If you would like to support the wonderful ramblings of these two fellows, myself and James Razile right here, go on down to patreon.com/RebelScumPodcast and check out what we have for people that give us a little bit of money, a little bit, a lot, a lot, a little bit. I don't know. Check it out. But if you support us, you can be one of these wonderful people. Heidi Feder, executive producer, Barry Brophy, Dennis Allen, Randy Kenobi, Mary Kristen Naton, Jeff Wilson, Phil Stanifor, Sooner Thrawn, Scott D, Josh Price, Matt W,
Rez, Frank Perkins, Neil Lowry, D, Raven Spencer, Cosmic Girl, 02, Gleek Play 1, Disney Desi, Charlotte, Kayla Davis, Aaron Quinton, Dana Nurse, and the Girls with Sabers.
Whoa. What do you think the W in Matt W is?
I don't know if he wants me to say.
Winner. Because you'll be a winner if you support us on Patreon.com. Boom. What are the odds today, James?
I'm looking for them. Never tell me the odds. The first on a new character from the Obi-Wan show will receive a spin-off. Will a character introduced on Obi-Wan Kenobi get their own show on Disney Plus?
No. I like the idea. I wouldn't be against it, but like it's a 6-episode series about Obi-Wan, and it's like as much as you probably don't need a story about Obi-Wan, you would think that the main focus would be him, and then like a spin-off character or a new character with a spin-off show, like they would have to be real, like they would have to be at Grogu level like fan love, right? To get that. I could be wrong, but I'm not really optimistic about this. I'm gonna go 10%. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. I feel like it's how many episodes? 4, 5, 6 episodes. Is someone going to impact us that like Ahsoka? See, Ahsoka makes sense on the Mandalorian because Ahsoka is already established.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't know, are any of these characters? Do any of these characters serve a greater purpose than to serve Obi-Wan Kenobi's story? And I'm not sure they do. So I'm going to go 11%. Just in case it does happen, I can say that I was a little bit more optimistic than you.
Oh, I see how it is.
Yeah, that's how it's always been for 5 years.
Up to spite mix.
Next on, the odds that we will see at least 3 lightsaber battles in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Will we see at
100%.
least
100%. 1, 0, 0. And from the angle I'm doing this at, it looked like it was just 0, 0, 1.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing. Is it snowing outside? Why is it so pixelated? It snowed the other day.
Can you see outside?
No. No, I'm in a cave. There's no windows where I am at all. Much like you. I'm gonna go 63%. That's low. I'm gonna stick with it because these don't mean anything and we don't go back to look at them. So I'm gonna go 63%. It could happen, but also maybe they save it for one giant one at the end. It probably starts with a lightsaber battle. And our final odd, will we see... Wait, I just said that. And our final odd, will Cassian Andor or anyone on that show travel to the planet Geonosis? Will anyone on Andor travel to the planet Geonosis?
My first reaction is no, but when I think about it, it's like it would make sense because why not enrich the story? I think my first reaction is no because we already did this in oh gosh, what's the Rogue One prequels book? Catalyst. I feel like we know everything in Catalyst, but that's a book. No one's seen that. So they could do a lot of stuff. That'd be very, very interesting. But I guess I think in my head, I don't want Andor to be all about the Death Star. I want it to be more of the creation of the rebellion, a more focus, So I'm going to say 33%.
I don't think the Death Star is even going to be a thing in Andor because it can't really be because it's kind of a surprise. But when we meet him in Rogue One, he's kind of finding information on it. So this series could end with him trying to get information on something that he discovered on Geonosis.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go full Brock because I don't say where, and I don't think they're gonna go because I don't think the storytellers are gonna want to go to Geonosis because we've seen it in live action, we've seen it in Rebels. I don't think.
Yeah, that's right.
I feel like it's not something that they want to. We've never visited a prequel planet since, well, I guess Mustafar twice, kind of, but we've never really gone back to a prequel planet in any large capacity. I mean, Rogue One, Mustafar, and then Rise of Skywalker.
I guess
technically
kind
Mustafar.
of Coruscant, but no, not really.
When do we go to Coruscant?
Coruscant gets mentioned. No, not really. I mean, in the re-edits of the original trilogy, you see Coruscant at the end.
No, but I mean,
really
in the new movies, the last 5 movies that we've gotten in Mandalorian, we've never gone to a prequel planet.
Yeah, no, I agree. I know what you mean. It's just
except for Mustafar, which is kind of a cheat still.
Yeah, because you don't spend that much time there.
I like Rogue One. Fair, but Rise of Skywalker is not mentioned that they're on Mustafar, and it doesn't even look like it because it's I mean, the planet outside does. The planet, from a out in space, yes, it looks like it. But once they're down there, you wouldn't know. You'd be like, oh, it's a different red planet. It's Mars.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go full Brock though. Whatever.
I would like them to go there, but not have to do anything with the Death Star. Like, this is like, this was a big site of like the beginning of the Clone Wars. Is like, I think there could be an interesting story there somehow. I don't know.
But it could also be they stumble upon something with the Death Star while they're there, but they don't know what it is, and we're not even really told what it is. But it leads them to what they discover, and it doesn't have to be Andor either. It could be, whatever. Anyway, look, this possibilities are endless.
Like they go to the droid factory to somehow reprogram K2SO. I know he's not supposed to be in the movie, or in the series, but like,
I think he's showing up. I just not right away.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It's weird that they like announced him, brought him out on stage, and then he's like, "Well, I'm actually not in it." Like it's such a Matt Smith move from the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh yeah. Remember that? We were trying to figure out who he was.
I wonder, like, he was announced as a member of the cast at one point.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
He's in one of the stormtroopers.
Yeah. All right, top 5.
Top 5 heroes to appear in Obi-Wan.
Oh!
Love this choice.
Really?
Because it's like...
Anyone.
There's a lot of possibilities. And a lot of places where you could get surprised. Ooh.
Mine are all very boring. My number 5 is Luke Skywalker. I kind of don't want to see him, but at the same time, like, it's almost hard to avoid him. If we're getting like Owen Lars and Beru Lar and Obi-Wan on Tatooine, it's like, well, the kid's gonna be there, so I'm going with Luke Skywalker, number 5. I don't want him to do anything. But Luke
Complete
Skywalker.
Sidebar. Somehow I landed on the IMDb page for Obi-Wan today, and noticed they have somehow Maya Erskine has been added to the cast. She wasn't in the original announcement. She's not prolific. If you've ever heard of Pen 15, she is one of the creators of that show, which is a really, really great show. She's like, I think she's an actress that is in a bunch of different things, but I was just like, oh, snap. Like, that's a good choice. Like, I think she's an actor on the rise for sure. But yeah, my number 5 was also going to be Luke, because I was like, yeah, why not? Like, it doesn't make sense to not have him. But you know me, James, number 5 with the bullet, Hondo Anaka. Boom.
Is he a hero, though? I guess you could. Den Allen right now.
Guess what? Number 5 in the next episode is going to be James.
I don't have Hondo on mine. Den is handing me. My number 4 is Leia. Princess Leia. Why? I don't know. How? I don't know. But when we get to my number 1, maybe that's how.
Yeah. My number 4 is Luke Johnson.
Yeah.
A nearby neighbor in the...
Luke Johnson is...
Junman Ways.
He might get his spin-off. Moving on up to Tatooine.
To the Mon Espa Hotel in the sky. Yeah. What's your number 3?
That's awesome. My number 3, and this is a controversial pick because she should probably be higher, but it's Biston.
Who?
The space monkey from Rogue One. Biston.
Oh, I thought you said her. That's what threw me. I was like, her?
He should probably. Biston, the space monkey. Arguably should be in every show. Rest in peace, Biston. Love you.
Rest in power. I did the Wakanda.
Wakanda forever.
My number 3 is a predictable one, but I put it in there. Bail Organa, because it's like, kind of, it makes sense.
Kind of a garbage number.
And he needs to be a hero.
I don't like where you put him. My number 2. Mine's a split. My number 2 is 2 characters because they come together in a flashback called R2-D2 and Anakin Skywalker. Not Darth Vader, people. Anakin Skywalker.
Ozinga. My number 2, Admiral Akbar, because why not?
Yeah, why not? My number 1, Bail Organa. He won't be in it because it makes no sense. But Bail Organa should get his own show. And the show should be called The Last Days of Alderaan. And the series finale is just... everything just goes black like Sopranos, but it's because the planet blew up. Don't stop.
I think everything's going to be okay. And then a shadow is like...
Oh boy!
It just cuts like the end of The Sopranos. Is that what you just said?
That's what I said. The end of Sopranos, and it just cuts. Great episode. What's your number?
My
one?
number 1. We talked about this last week, where it's like, yeah, why not Ahsoka? Like, put her in there. That'd be great. That'd be so great. You have live action Ahsoka. Put her in everything. Put her in everything.
Absolutely. Actually, that's a. Oh, I failed to not put Ahsoka on my list. I don't think she's going to show up, though. But anyway, that'd be cool. I'm totally down for that.
I don't think so.
Let us know what your top 5 are in the comments below. This is a bit of a short episode, but fear not. We'll be back tomorrow with episode 215 for the day that is known as Revenge of the 5th. But for today, we're happy, we're positive, we're having the 4th is with us. And we hope the 4th is with you. Brock, did you have fun?
I always have fun when we talk about Star Wars, James.
We barely talked about
Star Wars related things. Adjacent things.
Barely even that. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great time. Hope you have a great May the 4th. I hope some cool news has dropped. I hope you watched Bad Batch. I hope you enjoyed Bad Batch. And I hope you're looking forward to the next episode of that show. I hope you're looking forward to the next episode of this show, because that will be tomorrow night for everybody. And until then, I'm James, he's Brock, but mostly he was always Scum.
Rebel Scum. May the 4th be with you.
Hey scumbags, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rebel Scum Podcast, for all the latest videos.